Welcome to Grab a Gang. This is Adonis. I am hosting this room entitled Dreamtime and Astral Travels. Let's discuss. Want to know what's been going on with people out there in the astral realms and the dream spaces. And this is simultaneously streamed via YouTube on my channel, which I will provide a link in the description of the room shortly. And I just wanted to open a room and let people discuss and talk about what they want to talk about in regards to their dreams and astral traveling. What do you remember? What do you do? And things like that. Got one of my co-moderators here, Timber. She's over there cool and doing her thing right now, but she'll be here as well. We got lots of good topics, I believe, that will happen shortly. So right now, chillax, close your eyes, and enjoy the ambience. We will be with you shortly. So, starting this off for myself, I was wanting to just discuss and see what you guys talk about with the astral realms and the dreams, and basically, what do you guys be getting into? Like, what do you like to do when you wake up in your waking time and you're like, oh man, that was fun? Like, what kind of activities do you do? Or when you astral project, what do you do and then come back and you remember what it is you've done? And if so, do you write what you do down? Do you write the activities you get into? Do you write them down? And if so, how much of it do you remember to write down? Myself, I write a lots of things that I go through down, and it's amazing at how much I can remember. It's amazing at how much I can remember when I uh, first of all, when I remember to write it down, because it has to be something that you do continuously at the beginning, of course, to get better at it. But, you know, it's still something that's fun. It's still something that's very fun to do when you can remember things. Like I said earlier, this is the Grab a Gang Clubhouse room. I am just running a room in here, figuring that people that will stop by would want to chime in and say a few words, talk about a few things if they so choose. And if so, I can't wait to see what you talk about on here and whatnot. I want to learn from you guys as much as everyone else. So, yeah, it is very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Time has also been shifting for everybody as well. Sometimes when you have a dream with someone in it, you and they may have had the dream at the same time, or a week, or two, a day apart from each other. Sometimes months, or maybe even years, or a year. Time is very fluid. It moves, in every way, all in its own. So I could have a dream with you tonight, and to you, you won't have knowledge of that dream or have that dream itself until maybe a week later. It's interesting how that happens. So that's pretty interesting to know about from time to time. Because sometimes when you tell somebody about something and you go, you know, such and such happened, and I'm just letting you know, to them, they're like, what are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. But for them, that event may have not happened yet. They're not that far in the timeline for themselves, or you may not be in the timeline at the same time as they are. Sometimes I'll have a dream and I'll remember it when I wake up and write it down, but it hasn't happened yet, or the person that it was with, they haven't had that dream yet themselves. So everything for you happens in the now, and then for them it also happens in the now, but in earthly terms, time-wise, it'll happen not necessarily at the same time. But you both still could be lucid. There are some times where I've had dreams with a friend of mine, and we both remember the same dream, except she told me about the dream way before I had it, I believe. So it's funny that I would have the dream sometimes, and then the person that I had the dream with would have already had the dream, or they would have it later on down the line. Sometimes if you're in a lucid dream, you can actually taste food. That's pretty interesting. So meaning you can be sitting in front of a plate of food and eating like you normally would in your physical body, and because you are halfway in and halfway out of your body, I feel you're still going to get those sensations of eating and what the food would taste like, and it's actually even more heightened, I feel like, to be honest. So if you're eating fruit in a dream, I feel like it's more I feel like it's more enhanced, if that makes any sense. Eat a bowl of pineapple in a dream. It might taste way more enhanced than it does in your physical body, or not, or the same. Depends on what it is. There was a dream that I had one time where I was with someone. We were spending time with each other for a week or two, or more, or we were living together. I don't quite know. I just remember. And one of us was making breakfast, and I actually remember what the food tastes like and everything, as if it was physically in front of my face right now. And there was this other time where I was walking around my apartment, I was on the phone at some point with someone, and at one point I was also cooking a meal in the dream. And no, this hasn't physically happened yet, but I do remember the sensation of it as if it was actually happening because I was aware enough to feel like it was happening right then. So that was pretty fun. Um, Sometimes I have dreams while I'm driving, and that's pretty interesting because I don't drive. I can't drive. So it's still funny though. Um, so yeah, like I just want to know what you guys deal with, and have you experienced any things like that? And yeah, so I'm gonna step back a little bit and let somebody else up here talk if they want to say something. This is me. I'm Adonis.
What up, bro? Hey, that's what's up. I hear what you're saying. I've also experienced lucid dreams and I guess witnessed prophecy in dream as well. Things that have came true. It's a trip. I wasn't sure at first it was the nature of the room, like, oh, it's so everyone can share, have an open discussion, like one by one like that. But yeah, man, know about that. And ever since I went blind, it's like almost every dream is a lucid dream for me, in my experience. So
How
that's
did
a
you
trip.
How did you go blind, if you don't mind me asking?
That's all good, bro. Got shot.
I figured you
Shot,
was gonna say
man.
that.
Thugging.
Wow.
Consequences for thugging. However,
Something felt like you was I felt like you was gonna say that. That's crazy. When did you lose your vision, and how much of it do you have?
so me in September, 7 years, 2 months, and I'm a total. I went from fully sighted at 22 to s- nothing. But it's like I don't see nothing. I see like colors and all kinds of different textures and all this stuff. But I don't know. If that's like my brain processing the part that used to be visual. I don't know. But yeah,
Your
man, it
visual
definitely affected
cortex is
my
rerouting
dreams.
itself.
No, check this out though. Talking about dreams, this is I feel interesting topic. So, right in the fact that I'm blind here in reality here
In
or on
body,
this
in
plane
body.
of existence. Yeah, right, right. But I can see in my dreams. So that's always like, okay, I can see, which I guess is what triggers, me being able to lucid dream so easily. Cause like, oh man, I realize it. Cause if I could see, then I'm dreaming. But one time, bro, it was like maybe a year ago, maybe a little longer. I had my first blind dream, and that shit it had me shook because it had me like tripping because it had made me question reality for a second. Cause that's not like, and the crazy part is the dream was that I woke up in my bed like if I'm not sleeping no more, and I got up. When I got up, I jumped up too quick, bounced forward, and I ended up breaking my TV.
You
And
physically
then I
broke your
woke up.
TV for real, or in the dream you broke your
No,
TV?
no, that was in the dream, but it was my first blind dream, so I didn't see nothing. It was all, uh, touch, sound. So I woke up like, oh shit, broke my. Oh damn, it was just a dream. But ever since then, I haven't had any blind dreams.
Well,
But
I've been blind
yeah,
since birth for the most part myself. So for me, I've always had no vision, but in my sleep I do see. So that's funny you say that you've had vision, but I have not like that. So yeah, that's interesting. We're talking about this.
nah, yeah, yeah. All this is it can get pretty in depth. Not only that, tying dreams to spirituality as well, depending on, what side or what team people play for, I guess. The astral projection stuff too. Know a little about that. I don't partake, but I'm woke.
Oh, you partake. You just don't remember that you partake. Trust me, you partake. You always partake. Everybody does. The key is just to remember. Like Lion King. Remember. And
Also,
be awake when you do
dreams
it.
come from different sources.
That's the key, to
Dreams,
be awake
dr-
when you do it. But yes, dreams come from
anyway.
music, TV shows, you name it. That's why for me, what I try to do is I try to not have anything on when I sleep because I don't want nothing influencing my dream while I sleep. I can't stand that. I'll have the TV on in my room, in my living room area, right? And I'll be asleep. And while I'll be in my sleep in the dream, the characters from the TV show will pop in my dream while I'm asleep. I don't like
Like
that.
I've had,
I do not like
I've
that.
had certain stuff like that happen. Like you hear something that was really going on.
Eddie Murphy was in my dream. It was
Yeah.
weird. Yeah.
So question. Okay. Have you ever had dreams where you're trying to fight but like you can't, like your hand arms are too heavy? Like does that make sense? Or you don't really have like dreams with like violence like that?
I personally try to stay away from violence, just in general. But if I've had to in the extra realms, then I'll fight in the extra realms. If I had to, then I remember myself having to defend myself in the dream in the extra realm. And it was pretty light. I was pretty light actually. It wasn't as heavy as I thought it would be. But it's interesting because it all feels so freaking real, man. Like, I mean, let's just be honest. It is real. It's just you're not accessing that level of your brain consciousness like you want to on a consistent basis. You can. You just gotta train yourself to do so. But yeah, man. Like sometimes I'll be in a like this.
Hey bro, hey,
Huh? Do what? Somebody must have got a call. Oh, hold that thought, my guy. Hold that thought. Oh, come on up when you can. Bam. Let me follow you. I thought I followed you. Nico. Okay. I also would like to give a shout out to my homie over there. Del So, I see you, my guy. I see you, man. Giving you a shout out over there, man. Giving you a shout out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shouts to anybody that's looking at this later on, or listening rather, excuse me. In my case, I still say looking. Listening later on. You're here with us. Glad you're here. High vibes, high vibes. High vibes, high vibes. I guess he got a phone call. Because he disappeared. Like there's this one dream I had like a while back. Speaking of dreams, I was being chased. And I had this big giant cake in my hand. Ooh, it was so good. It was so good. But somebody was chasing me. They wanted to get the cake from me. I just have the knowing of that. but I wouldn't let him. I'm running down the sidewalk, and I get to the destination I'm supposed to get to. By the time they get to where I'm at, they can't get into they can't enter the place I'm in, but they still wanted to get the cake from me. Behind me was this big, huge, dark shadow, or person, or whatever. I don't gotta turn around and look because I already see what's going on, because when you're in the astral realm or dreaming, you can see in all directions at one time. So, I'm running with the cake. Yes, with the cake. I know this is crazy, but hey. And, I finished it. And, yeah, woke up. But when I woke up, someone was constantly tapping my body, my rib, my right side, like trying to calm me down, perhaps, or focus on something. I believe one of my loved ones was trying to get me to calm down, because when I jumped back into my body, I was still in that state of feeling like I'm running. But I wasn't running. My body wasn't even moving. It was just there. But it felt like I was still trying to run. So maybe it was me getting back into my body. That's probably what I was feeling. Or it was someone tapping me. Like, it was like tap, 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 tap. Like continuously. Or something. I'm not quite sure. I just know that I ran back. I ran into the house I ended up going to. Then I woke up. And when I woke up, I was coming back to my body, but very fast. The waking up was instant to me. It's like you close your eyes, you're somewhere else, but you're still woke. You open your eyes, and you're somewhere else, but you're still woke. Like, I was woke through the process of getting back in my body. I didn't go back to sleep and then wake back up and then be in my body. I woke up like that, and I was in my body. And I was feeling myself get back into my body, I believe. I was returning back to my body. So it must have been a mixture of astral travel plus a dream at the same time. Because they can mix. That's the thing with that. Astral travel, people ask you, what is the difference between astral traveling and dreaming? The difference is with astral traveling, you actually are out of your body. And you're conscious and aware while you're out of your body. A dream, a lucid dream, is you are still in your body, but your body is asleep. And while your body is sleeping, you are awake. So while you are dreaming, you are awake while in the dream. So that kind of means you're balancing between this dimension and the higher dimensions. You're kind of in the middle, I think. You're more of in the middle of both dimensions at the same time. That's what I feel. But an astral projection session, or you astral projecting, is literally yourself, the you that is you, not being in your body, not being within your body. Now that is amazing in so many ways, because I can be here in my recliner, in which I've actually done this already. Weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago, once, I was sitting on my couch. I fell asleep doing some practicing with astral projection. Shortly after me falling asleep, I woke myself up some kind of way. And when I woke myself up, guess what? I wasn't in my apartment. I was outside of my apartment, walking up and down the sidewalk. just walking up and down the sidewalk. For what reason, I do not remember. But I was. Something happened while outside, but that's neither here nor there because it's resolved. But I lost my cane in the astral realm. Now, this is interesting because here's the thing. And me and a friend of mine, we say this all the time. As being a person that's blind in the body, because you're in the body mostly 24/7, when you are out of your body and you are astral traveling, you still feel like you're blind, which it's not necessarily true, but you still feel like you're blind while you're out of your body. So you have to remind yourself when you're not in your body that you aren't blind. For myself, meaning if I'm out of my body right now, I'm still treating it as if I'm in my body. If I'm out of my body right now and I walk to my door, my body's in the recliner, but I go walk to the door, perhaps I may still feel like I'm in my body, so I have to keep my hands out so I don't bump into anything. But in actuality, when you're out of your body, none of the physical things that you deal with matter, because that's just the body that deals with that. So that's why I say to people, no, I'm not blind. It's the vessel that's blind. I'm just in it. If you're a paraplegic and you can't walk with any of your limbs, that don't mean you can't walk. You can do that when you're not in your body. You can do all of that when you're not in your body. Your body is just the suit you are in throughout your waking state, doing different things. Remember the movie Avatar? How the guy was in the wheelchair and he couldn't walk around and all that other stuff, but when he left and went into that other world, he was totally had a body and whatnot, and could do everything he wanted to do in that realm he was in, and he opted to stay there at the end. That is how we live now, for those that are waking up and that really truly understand what I'm saying and understand where I'm going with this. We live that way now. When you're out of your body and you're in your astral body is nothing but energy. You feel that all over your body when you're in your astral body. There's a light around you all the time. The white light is always surrounding you. When you're in the astral realm, everything in the physical doesn't necessarily apply to you, or doesn't apply anymore. I can be in my astral body right now, and I can, I don't know, let's see, go to my neighbor's house, for example, just by thinking about it. If I want to go to my neighbor's house, I'm there. If I want to go to a whole nother city where someone else I know is, I'm there. Just think it. The problem that a lot of people have that do astral projection is this. When they're out of their body and then they turn around and they see themselves, they freak out, or at some point in time. So when they freak out and they go, oh shoot, my body, then guess what? You slam right back, you get right back into your body just as quick. So if you want to enjoy that experience of not having to depend on your physical body, you have to focus on other things. I'm speaking about this to you, and I'm also saying it to myself. So I'm saying it so I can hear it myself as I'm speaking it, but I'm also saying it to educate other people that would like to know these are things that you have to do. And for myself that like to think a lot, that's kind of tough. I ain't gonna lie. So when I can do it, I'm so happy and I get so excited that I've even accomplished it. Because it's amazing. especially for somebody who has been traveling all my life, growing up, going places and doing different stuff. Like as far as move from place to place, or when I went to the rehabilitation center in Austin in 2012, traveling, going different places and stuff. That does help. It helps to travel in your physical body at times to do things and experience things, so you can apply what you've learned physically in the astral world. You can do all of the stuff you can do in the physical in the astral realm as well. Um, Although it's not necessary, but you can. I mean, you can fly on the plane, all this other fun stuff. You can do all that stuff in the astral realm, but you don't need to. You don't really have to if you don't want to. You can think of being somewhere and you're there instantly. Thought is so fast. It's so fast. I can be at a loved one house within not even a second, just by concentrating on them or concentrating on wherever they are. Assuming that they're out of their body too. If they're not, then I might notice that they're busy, so I'll come back later or something. Or they might not even notice. They might notice I'm there, or halfway be paying attention that I'm even there. So to me, it's like they're ignoring me, but they're really not. They're just busy in their body doing something or whatever. I remember a couple weeks ago, I was traveling a little bit, practicing, and somehow I ended up outside of my apartment again. And then I was with someone, and I remember a part of one of my songs being sung. They were singing one of my songs, just for whatever reason. They were singing a part of one of my songs. But I also remember that I saw a door next to mine. And I don't know if this is a future event or something I have to know about and pertaining to them, but something to do with Father's Day. The words on the door had something to do with Father's Day. So there's that too, yes. You can read and everything in the astral realm. So if somebody gave me a piece of paper with some words on it, or had some words on a piece of paper that they want me to know about or see, even though I can't physically see them in my physical body, I still can travel there in the astral realm to see what they wrote and let them know what they wrote. So I can say travel, I don't know, 3 days from now. I can get in my astral body and travel 3 days from now to a friend's house and perhaps see what they're watching on TV. And I can come back and tell them. So on this day you was watching this and you was eating this. So that's pretty fun. Pretty fun to experience from time to time. And it's a great way to see loved ones that you don't physically see anymore. I've been doing a lot of grieving lately because of people I've missed as left this physical realm of consciousness. And when I can remember things, I get to spend time with them, and it's almost like, nothing ever happened. Of course, physically they disappeared from this realm, but they're still there. They're still here. So that's pretty interesting and fun to explore, especially for myself, because I never knew my dad, but in a way I do know him, because from time to time he pops over and we hang out, or he sees me or whatever. It's pretty funny too. He really is funny. I almost got a good description of what he's like. He's like skinny like me. He's like 6'2", 6'3". When I'm standing side by side with him, I'm pretty short. Yeah, I'm 5'9", so whatever. But it's funny. I remember on Valentine's Day, straight up, like this past Valentine's Day, I was laying in my bed, just to show you an example of how it can happen. I'm laying in my bed, and I'm about to go to sleep. Slowly drifting off. But for me, consciously, it seemed more instant than anything, because I was falling asleep, and then I felt somebody poking my side, like taking their finger, like, you know, poke, like try to get your attention type thing. So I'm thinking to myself, who the hell is poking me? What the hell's going on? Like, I'm trying not to laugh because it's funny. It tickles. I'm like, what the hell? Who the hell is tickling me? What the fuck is that? What is, you know? And then, and then, not too long later, I'm trying to quit laughing because it's funny, but not trying to, like get all too extra excited. But, I, I'm laying in the bed now. Keep in mind, at this point, I don't know if this was a dream happening or this was the astral traveling starting to happen. I believe it was astral traveling, but I'm not sure because unfortunately, after all this happened, I fell asleep and then woke up. So I'm falling asleep. I'm still somewhat conscious. Yay, good for me. And this person's standing on the side of my bed. Now, they wasn't there before, but they are now. This person is standing on the side of my bed. I'm not looking to my left or nothing, but they're right there. I know they're right there. I feel them. I feel somebody poking me. And then I hear somebody say, "What's up, Dominique?" And then, because it's my name, physical name. Um, and then I go, "Oh, what's up? Hey." And then all of a sudden, this little dog just jumps on my lap. I mean, just jumps on my lap. I put the dog down off of me back onto the bed. Fuck that. She jumps on my lap again. I'm like, jumps on my lap and curls up into a big ass ball, like a little big ball. I'm like, why you keep jumping on my lap? Get off of me. Stop. Stay on the bed. So I experienced that. And then, not too soon after that, I fell asleep. Then when I fell asleep, like I couldn't stay. I guess I didn't have enough energy to keep myself awake through it. But I fell asleep and then woke up short. Not even maybe a second or two later in time wise, if you want to look at it that way. I woke back up, and when I woke back up, it was the next morning. So what else was going on throughout that night in the travels, I don't remember. I just remember that part of it. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It is fun for the most part. So that's pretty interesting. So that's pretty fun. So that's a little bit of my experiences I've been going through. Another cool thing is it's a great way to learn stuff. If you can stay conscious through the process, it's a great way to go learn stuff and retain that knowledge and come back and you remember what it was you did. That's one thing I do know. So yeah, it's like a TV has channels and you want to switch the channel to another channel to see what's going on that TV channel, station thing. You're tuning into the higher frequencies and each channel is different stuff. Maybe that's not the right analogy to use. But yeah. Right now, someone is here with me in spirit and they are attempting to get to my attention and they are being very annoying with what they're doing. but I'm aware they're here. They just don't on purpose to be petty. Stop it. um, Mentally, I be trying to communicate with folks. Another thing is with loved ones, because they aren't physical anymore, they don't have to deal with the physical stuff, talking physically and all the other stuff. Everything is still empathy. So for me, under my breath, I'll be talking to whoever in my head, but I don't know how much of it they actually get on their side or not. So that's the interesting part about it. But like the other day, I woke up from a dream and I believe my dad gave me this idea to make this beat, and I remade one of these Houston songs and something like that. So that was pretty dope. I'm over here, I'm over here, sitting in the chair that I sit in, working on this beat. Here he is standing on the side of me trying to freestyle to the whole beat like he rap or some big rapper or something. You know, I wake up, I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I'm gonna make that. So I get up and I actually make the beat. Exactly, pretty much. I heard it in a dream. So that's fun. That's very fun. So, partially why we made another track for somebody earlier today. Well, no, I didn't remake it today, but I remade it already. But the dream inspired me to remake it, so I did. So that was fun too. Yeah. Sometimes I know about stuff, sometimes I don't. Like right now, somebody I know has a kid, a daughter, who I don't know. I just know the daughter. I met the daughter, but I don't know whose daughter it is. The baby's like, she's maybe 3 or 4 probably. And very sweet, very sweet. I was at this house. I was getting walked to the back part of the house by the daughter. She was showing me around the house. Knew that I was blind, I guess, or whatever. In body, I suppose. So, the thing is, I tend to still adopt the physical stuff sometimes when I'm not in my body. And it's crazy because at the same time I'm like, wait, but I'm not in my body, so why am I still thinking this way? And I feel like it's all in the thought processes sometimes because, like I said earlier, I can get out of my body and then I could say walk around the room. And because my consciousness still thinks that it's in the body, everything that's happening at that time would be still as if I was in my body. So paper probably, like a piece of paper still wouldn't have words on it for me to see. It still would probably be blank. Although, maybe not. If I could walk around my apartment and pick up a piece of paper that has words on it, I wonder if I would be able to see what the words are and relay them back to my physical body to know what the words are. Now, I believe I've done this already, but I'm just speaking this out verbally to get the intellectual words of it out as best as I can. Because remember I said that I was outside and by me on the door there was like a piece of paper on the door to my Now here's the thing though. Wait. Here's the thing. To the left of my apartment that I was in, which was here where I'm talking to you at now, there's no apartment outside of this apartment. Meaning, if you walk outside of this apartment, you turn to excuse me. to the no, yeah, no wait, the maybe it was, if you walk outside and you turn right, there's no apartment there. But when I was outside of my body and I was facing my door, because on my door I saw the apartment number. It said the apartment number on the door or next to it. To the left of my apartment was another apartment. But on that apartment door, or that door in general, I don't even know what door it was. I never went in there. I just know on that door was a piece of paper or something with words on it or something. And one of the words I saw, the one of the sets of words I saw on the piece of paper was Father's Day. The rest of the words were kind of blocked out, like not erased, but it was like mushy. And to me, my understanding of it was in Braille, even though I'm pretty sure it wasn't Braille, but to me, it was. So, whatever the words was that I was seeing, because I remember my hands being on the door. I was touching the door with my hand, like I was reading whatever the sign was on the door in Braille. So that was pretty neat. I was uh, translating the words some kind of way into Braille for me to read, although it wasn't Braille at all. It was pretty much physical, print words or something. But the words, something to do with Father's Day. I don't know what about Father's Day, but that's all I know I remember. It was something about Father's Day. And then I woke up because I believe I started to get distracted. And my thoughts started going all over the place. So, yeah, that happened. So, yeah, that's pretty much how that happened. But a couple of months ago, when I was outside of my body and I was walking around, I dropped my cane in the grass. And I bent down and I felt in the grass to find my cane and pick it up so I could go in the house, but it wasn't there. Like, it literally wasn't there. I'm physically on the ground, putting my hands in the grass to feel for the cane, but it's not there. Mind you, I'm still not in my body, but my mind thinks I am. I'm outside of my body, and I go to the grass in front of my place. No cane there. Damn, what the fuck did I do with my cane? Oh, now how I'm gonna get around? So, I just get mad. I say, you know what, fuck it. Fuck it. I walk back in the house, close my door. I believe I locked it, of course. I close my door, and directly in front of me is a recliner, which is what I'm sitting in right now. While that is going on at the same time, in the apartment across from the recliner, or next to the recliner, I have binaural beats playing. So that helps too. But I walked in, I remember me going, man. I literally go, man, as I'm closing my door, walking back in the house, because I'm mad, because I'm like, man, how the fuck I lose my cane? What the hell's going on here? Ugh. So I walk in, and I'm like, man, how the hell? I'm so mad because my cane rolled away, and I couldn't find it no more. It just disappeared. I walk in, I walk towards the recliner, and as I'm walking towards the recliner, I wake up, back in my body. So, yeah, that was pretty interesting. Needless to say, I have a new cane. The cane that I lost in the Astral realm, I don't have anymore, but I do have a different one. So, yay for that. And, yeah. So, that's pretty funny. Pretty funny. Sometimes I'm in cars or dreams, and people I know are driving. Sometimes the driver's never seen, it's just a car going. I never know who's driving, or I never get a chance to look at who's there. Because I'm so focused on where I'm going, I believe. I don't focus on who's getting me there, which is kind of annoying. Sometimes I'm in a car, sometimes I'm on a bus, sometimes I'm in a plane. But it feels just as if you are physically doing it sometimes. It helps that you've had the physical experience, though, or at least have the, the knowing of what it could be like, perhaps. Yeah. Like if I do some astral traveling and say I want to go do some archery, I've done that physically, so that helps. That actually helps even more. But I could be out right now doing some archery, some practice, some target practice or whatever. And this is in that state, by the way, not physically. And I could just remember that it all happened, and it feels so conscious, aware. You feel so aware and conscious as it's happening, as if you physically went to do it yourself in your physical body. That's how aware you can be in this mind state if you so choose, which I feel like is the best way to be. That's just myself. That's just my opinion. No more you have to go to sleep. Pretty much nothing happens. Wake up and then it's another day. Why? What for? Why do that when you can put yourself to sleep and wake up and experience so much, so much more in the waking state and wake up back into your body and remember it? It's pointless to me to just have experiences and don't remember what they are. For me, being a person that's blind in this lifetime, I love it. It's a whole new ball game when you can remember things that you've done in your sleep and you wake up and you can recount them pretty much word for word. I've wrote dreams down that were word for word that may have not happened yet or will happen soon, but I have wrote them down word for word and went back to look at them and was shocked at how much I remembered. I was surprised at myself, like, wow, I actually remember all of that. There's nothing I've missed. And now keep in mind that it's all from my perception of how I view life. So I may not see the same things that you see at the same time as you saw them, when you saw them. So if me and you experience the same thing, you will see things from your point of view of perception, and I'll see things from my point of perception. Overall, though, we'd get the same knowledge, I'm sure. So there's that too. It helps to focus before going to bed if that's your intention, is to wake up and move around and do things. Set yourself a time, maybe an hour or two before going to bed. Just lay down somewhere comfortable. Relax. Just relax. Let your mind clear itself. Picture yourself at a lake. You know, let the thoughts float by. Let them float by. Let them sit there for a second and slowly float away. Just perhaps keep the intention of, I want to stay awake. 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 Maybe keep that intention in your mind, and it should help you with that when waking up, when you fall asleep. Because the trick is putting your body to sleep, but you, the you that is in the body, remain awake. Once you can accomplish that, like a little kid, it's recess time. It's, you know, it's fun. It's fun. So yeah. Yep. That's pretty cool. I'm over here yawning, sitting in this chair right now. Like, I believe I'm gonna get out in a little bit and do some relaxation or something. That's just me though. Yep. If no one comes in the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna close the room down. So, there's that. I want to hear other people's take on this as well. So yeah. So 7% peaceful though. If you would like, we can do a meditation. Why not, right? Something real simple. If you're down, cool. If not, that's fine too. So, if you are still here, then I would like to guide you to a simple, small meditation. We'll go to a park, because why not? Parks are fun. I thought about a park earlier as I was talking, actually, because I've had conscious memories of being at a park too. Nice park, really big. Heck yeah. So, I'm gonna take us to that park, whatever that park is in my consciousness that was shown. That's the park we're finna go to. Sit down in a comfortable chair, on the floor, on your bed, or lie down. If you're sitting down, you can sit any way you feel would be appropriate. Crossing your legs, meditation style, legs slightly apart, whatever. As long as you're gonna be comfortable in that spot for a little bit. Okay, now that we are in our meditation positions, I want you to close your eyes for me. Close your eyes. Does not matter if you have eyes that work or not, this still can apply. And I want you to take a breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. I will count for you as you do so. So, as we breathe in through your nose, 1, 2, 3. Breathing out through your mouth, 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, through your nose, 2, 3. Out through your mouth, 1, 2, 3. As you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth at a steady rhythm, notice that you start to feel more relaxed. Just more relaxed. Notice that you start feeling calm and at ease. Let any tense muscles that you have loosen. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. As you do that, I want you to visualize in your mind a beautiful park. It's so great. I mean, it's a large playground there, shortly close to where you're sitting at or standing. You will see children playing. There's a table, a group of tables, some benches, swings, slide, a whole jungle gym over here. Myself, I am sitting in the grass, just relaxing. I'm sitting in the grass. I'm sitting on the grass and the sun is beaming down on me very brightly. Feels amazing. Both of my hands are in the grass in front of me, just feeling the earth. And on the sides, from time to time I move them from side to side a little bit just to feel the grass under me. But I'm just here, just enjoying the peace, tranquility. All of your worries that you are going through right now or have been going through, they are just melting away. I'm going to count down from 10 to 1. And as I count down, the more relaxed you will feel. And the more relaxed you feel, you may feel yourself slipping away from your body, but that's okay. Just listen to my voice, speaking to the consciousness of the being that is listening, and also to the spirit that is within the body. We want to remain aware. We want to remain aware. Again, we want to remain aware. As I count down from 10 to 1, the more relaxed you feel. You will slowly start to go deeper and deeper into relaxation. Starting with 10, notice yourself in the bed or in the chair, wherever you may be. Just notice yourself there, calmly. Relax. 9. Let your forehead relax. Let your shoulders relax. Your abdomen slowly relax. your tummy area, your legs. 8. Your feet. You're going deeper and deeper into relaxation. You're just relaxing, listening to my voice, guiding you down into deep relaxation. 7. Focusing on my voice. You're doing fine. Just relax. 6. Start feeling yourself go into relaxation. Feel the sun on your face. Feel the nice wind. Feel the material under you. You are sitting on or lying on. You might be lying in the grass. Slowly relax. You're doing fine. 5. Going down, going down. Doing good. 4. Notice the children outside having a good time. Notice your loved ones next to you or around you. Just relax. 3. Going down a little more. You're almost there. Like you're walking down a flight of steps, taking one step at a time. And 2. And you're getting down to the last steps. You are almost there. You are almost there. Taking a deep breath. Feel that fresh air. Smell that fresh air. Feel that beautiful sun beaming on your face. And 1. You are now at the park. You are now at the park. How does it feel? The sun on your face, sitting on the grass, sitting at the bench at the park. Sitting in a recliner or a chair that you relaxing in a lot or very often. Just relaxing. Now while you are here, keeping your awareness here for as long as you can, if you feel like getting up from where you are and walking around the park, then please do so. Nice calm day, nothing crazy or exciting happening, just a relaxing day. But when you return back to where you once was, you will remember everything that you have done in detail. Who did you speak to? What did you talk about? What is their name? Who are they to you? Doing good. Doing good. back. So as I count down from 3 to 1, you will return back to your physical body. You may visualize stairs and walk up the stairs if you wish, however you choose to get back. Remembering everything that you have experienced. Allowing you to finish whatever you're doing right now. And then we will return back to where we once were. You can always return to this park if you wish to relax and have a good, peaceful place to meditate. Alright now. Coming back up. Visualizing the stairs in front of you, or visualizing a door, however you wish to see it. 3. Coming up. Coming up. Easy. 2. And coming up. Slowly. And 1. You are now back, and you are now in your body again. Remembering everything you just experienced. This may not happen right away for you, but listen to this a couple of times from now, and it perhaps will. It's all based on yourself and you. But how do you feel? Do you feel relaxed and calm and refreshed? Do you remember anything? If so, I encourage you to write what you remember down. Everything you can remember. Write it down. And then review it. By the way, I'm sure you had a good time, because I did. Well, that is all I have for you now, so I will go and allow you to enjoy the rest of your day or evening, or whatever time you are listening to this. Thank you for listening, and hope to hear from you soon. Blessings and